Everyone, Miss Boyer here. I am missing you guys so terribly, so much, but I'm hearing such amazing things of how hard you're working and just the great ideas that are coming out every single day in our community. And it touches my heart every time I hear about it. So we're not together in the same space, but we're definitely together in lots of other ways. And I'm so excited to be reading you guys the story tonight. And the story is called Elmer, the Story of a Patchwork Elephant. And this book was given to me by a good friend one of my very first years of teaching. And I absolutely love it, and I've used it every year since. I think you're going to notice some interesting illustrations because it's a little bit older of a book, but I hope you enjoy. The noise came ever so often, a gigantic booming noise from deep in the jungle. Birds flapped their wings and they flew into the air, and the warthogs rushed for cover. But soon the birds settled down in the treetops and the warthogs popped out again. They knew it was just the elephants laughing, for this was the place where the happy elephants roamed. The herd was always chuckling or smiling, and ever so often there would be a huge burst of laughter. In this herd, there were large elephants, there were small elephants, there were old elephants and young elephants, elephants with long legs and elephants with short legs, elephants with flappy ears and elephants like this, that, or the other. But they were all the same color, or very nearly so, that is, except Elmer. Elmer was different. Elmer was patchwork. Elmer was yellow and orange and red and pink and purple and blue and green and black and white, but not elephant color. It was Elmer who made the elephants laugh. Sometimes he joked with the other elephants, and sometimes they joked about him. But if there was even a little smile, it was usually Elmer who started it. Strangely enough, though, this troubled Elmer. One night, Elmer couldn't fall asleep because he was thinking. And the thing that he was thinking about was that he was really tired of being different. He wouldn't mind if he were all pink or all purple or even all white, but most of all, he wanted to be like the other elephants. Who ever heard of a patchwork elephant? No wonder everyone laughed at him. Elmer thought, and then he thought even more. In the morning before the elephants had had their breakfast, when they were just stretching their trunks and flapping their ears and generally saying hello to the day, Elmer slipped away very carefully and very quietly so that none of the other elephants knew he was gone. He walked, and as he walked, he met the other animals. There was a lion who said, "Good morning, Elmer," and a tiger who said, "Good morning, Elmer." A hippo, a giraffe, a zebra, a crocodile, and a tortoise all said, "Good morning, Elmer." You got it. They all knew Elmer. And each time he smiled and said, "Good morning." Midway through the morning, though, a little bird flew by and said, "Where are you going so early, Elmer?" "Somewhere," said Elmer. "I'm tired of being so different. I want to be the same color as the other elephants, and I think I know how I can be." "Can I have a ride?" asked the bird. "Yes," said Elmer. "You can come along and help if you'd like." The little bird perched himself on Elmer's head. Next, he wanted to know what Elmer intended to do. Any guesses, guys? Well, after a good deal of whispering, Elmer warned the bird, "You must never tell anybody the secret." Elmer walked, and the little bird rode, and at last they stopped. I bet there's some predictions going on out there. "This is what I've been looking for," Elmer said with a smile. Then in front of him there was a large bush. The bush was covered with berries, and the berries, you guessed it, were elephant color. Not Elmer color, but ordinary elephant color. "Watch out, bird," called Elmer. "You'd better keep clear." And as soon as the bird had flown safely out of the way, Elmer shook the bush very hard with his trunk. Berries fell, and they covered the ground. Very slowly, Elmer laid down. He rolled over and over on the berries. They squashed, of course. And the color started to cover Elmer. He picked a bunch of berries and he rubbed them behind his ears and on other parts of his body that were hard to reach. And every now and then he asked the bird if All the old bright colors were gone. And when the little bird would reply, "Hey, there's a patch of yellow on top of your head," or "There's some green under your chin," Elmer would rub some of the berries on his head or under his chin until all the colors, at last, the yellow, the orange, the red, the pink, the purple, the blue, the green, the black, the white, had all been covered, and Elmer looked like any other elephant. After that, Elmer said thank you to the bird, and waving goodbye with his trunk, he walked back through the jungle to the place where the herd of happy elephants roamed. As he walked, Elmer passed the other animals again. "Good morning, elephant," said the crocodile. "Good morning, elephant," said the tortoise. "Good morning, elephant," said the zebra, the hippo, the giraffe, the tiger, and the lion. And Elmer said good morning to each one. He was very pleased that the animals had not recognized him. But when he reached the elephant herd, Elmer joined them unnoticed. The elephants were just standing around, not really moving and not really saying much. At first, Elmer just stayed at the edge of the herd, afraid that his disguise would be seen through. Gradually, he became bolder and worked his way right into the middle of the herd. Still, none of the other elephants recognized him, and Elmer was delighted. He's fitting right in. But after a while, Elmer began to feel like something was wrong. But he didn't know what it was. The jungle looked the same. The sky looked the same. The same sun was shining, true. There was a big black cloud, and there would soon be a rain shower, but that wasn't unusual. So the only thing left was the herd of elephants. Elmer looked at them. The elephants were standing absolutely still and silent, and Elmer realized what it was that seemed wrong. He had never seen elephants like this before, so lifeless. Elmer began to grin to himself, and the more he looked at that serious, silent, standing still elephants, the more he just wanted to laugh. Finally, Elmer could bear it no longer, and lifting up his trunk so high and as loud as he could, he shouted, "Boo!" The poor elephants jumped and shook and fell down and rolled over in surprise. "Oh my gosh," they said. And they looked at Elmer, who was helpless with laughter. "Elmer," they said. "It must be Elmer." Now the other elephants were laughing too. They laughed and they laughed as they had never laughed before. And once again, they frightened all the poor birds and the warthogs nearby, who thought that the elephants had gone on a holiday because they had been so quiet. And in the middle of the laughing, the big black cloud burst and rain poured down. It rained on the elephants and it rained on Elmer. And as it rained, his new color had washed off. Gradually, the patchwork started to show again, and the elephants laughed. The rain rained, and Elmer began brighter and brighter until he was back to normal. "Oh, Elmer," gasped an elephant, "you have made some good jokes before, but this has been the biggest laugh of all. It didn't take long for you to show your true colors." I want you to think about that. "We must celebrate this day every year," said another elephant. "It will be called Elmer's Day. We will have a grand international festival, and all the elephants must decorate themselves with brightly colored patterns, and Elmer must decorate himself with ordinary elephant color." And that is exactly what the elephants do. One day a year, they have a carnival. They all decorate themselves with brightly colored patterns. And on that day, if you happen to see an elephant who is an ordinary elephant color, you know it must be Elmer. All right, my friends, that is the end of our story. I hope that you liked it. This is, like I said, one of my very favorites. And I have a little challenge for you. When I used to do this in the classroom, we would get to decorate our own Elmer elephants, and you would get to put all of the unique and beautiful things about you on your elephant. So if that's something that you guys would like to do, I would encourage you to go ahead and do that and send it my way. Have your grown-ups reach out to me on my email, and I would love to read all about it or even take a peek at your pictures that you come up with, because each and every one of you in our beautiful school of MRHE have a lot of really wonderful things about you that are unique and true to you. So this story is meant to celebrate your true colors and to remember your strengths, because when we're going through difficult times like this, sometimes that can get a little tricky. But let's keep lifting each other up, staying positive, and working so hard on following the MRHE way, because it's who we are and what we do. We love you. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.